go over a problem here to calculate the own price elasticity. And I'll go ahead and give you this demand equation. The quantity of X that's demanded is equal to 12 minus 3 px plus 4 py. And then if we assume that the price of X is $2 and the price of Y is $1, how do we go about finding the own price elasticity of X? So for good X, what's the own price elasticity? Now if we were using calculus, we could do this. We'd take a derivative, set some things equal to 0, and solve. But without using calculus, we're a little bit stuck. And so the whole exercise here is to go through, calculate this a few times, attempt to calculate the own price elasticity, try again and again, and you'll start to see that you're getting different answers for the own price elasticity. You're getting different answers based on some of the assumptions that you make for the price for a change in the price of good X. And so let me go explain what I'm talking about. So what we're looking for is the own price elasticity, and that's the percent change in the quantity demanded given a percent change in price. We can also calculate that as the quantity we're starting at minus the quantity we end up at, Q1 minus Q2, times P1 plus P2 over P1 minus P2 times Q1 plus Q2. So that's another way to solve for this coefficient of elasticity. But how do we get Q1, Q2, P1, and P2? Well, we're given this P1. This is where we're starting with. The question says, suppose good X sells at $2. So that's a pretty good place to start out with. P1 is going to be $2. So what's Q1? Well, to get Q1, we plug in to this demand equation. We plug our $2 into that and solve. And so it should be Q1 should equal 12 minus 3 times $2 plus 4 times PY. And we're not changing PY. PY is $1. So that should give us Q1 equal to, I think it's 10, yeah. And so there's our Q1. It's $10. But what about P2 and Q2? Well, this is where this problem arises. Without calculus, we just have to pick a P2. We just have to find another P2. Plug in PX2, another price for X, and solve it. And the price that we choose for X is going to give us that quantity demanded, quantity of X demanded. But depending on the price we choose, as we change that price, that's going to end up changing our coefficient of elasticity. But let's go through and solve it one time and see if we can get, if you happen to choose a price of $1, trying to find the easy way out, then now our Q2 is equal to 12 minus 3 times 1 plus 4 times $1. And so now Q2 is equal to 13. And so we've got now P1, Q1, P2, Q2, 13 units. And these are all, I haven't been very precise, these are all for X. PX1, PQX1, PX2, QX2. We're just fixing this Y, leaving this Y, the price of Y at $1. So we're not changing that. And now once you have these 4 points, the 2 prices and 2 quantities, now you can plug this into this formula, and that'll give you the coefficient of own price elasticity of demand coefficient. And so that should work out to 10 minus 13 times 2 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1 times 10 plus 13, which I think is about, if my math is right, 9/26. And I think the closest answer to that, oh, sorry, negative 9/26. And I think the closest answer I gave you was about negative 0.3. But the problem here is that you only get this answer if you chose a P2 of $1. And so try it again. Go back. I'm out of room, thank goodness, so I can't do it again. But go back and change this price of X. Instead of using $1, change it to $3 and solve through, and you'll get a new Q2. And then you'll end up getting a new coefficient of elasticity. When you change that percent change, when you change the percent change in price, when you make that different, you're trying to calculate this elasticity along a wider price range, and so your percent change in the quantity demanded is going to change, so your coefficient is going to be different. Again, if we were using calculus, we could find that instantaneous rate of change, and everything would be fine. But then we would have to be using calculus, and no one really wants that. So hopefully that helped you. It didn't necessarily help you get the right answer, because there really isn't a right answer. It's just an exercise to help you understand that concept.